Hi, welcome to the Coffee Chat Show here on Buzzing Pattaya, the show where we talk about things that are happening right here, right now, as well as general news, tips, information and advice. All right, so today's Coffee Chat Show, as you can see, I'm back at my house up in Nakhon Ratchasima in Korat, and I'll be coming back to Pattaya this week, so I'm looking forward to that, even though it's all shut down and there's nothing going on. But anyway, I've got stuff to do, so I will be heading back. Now, I was sent in a request and I thought, you know what, let's do this. It'll be a bit of fun. So I was asked to do a coffee chat on what it was like the very first time, your very first bar find. Now, when I say what it was like, I don't want the nitty gritties, but what I'm asking is this. How was it for you? Were you intimidated by the whole bar scene? Was it a bit difficult in terms of like understanding the process and what was expected from you and from her in terms of how the transaction would work? I mean, what was it like? And I think it's a good question because there is a very big difference in terms of a short time and a long time. As you know, short time is more about the business end of matters. You know, you pay for what you're doing, you go off and that's it, job done. But a long time can go from being like 24 hours to being 3 days, to being a week, to being longer to longer, because, you know, maybe you click because it's much more of a girlfriend experience as is a short time. Short time is, that's it. Long time is, you know, you go out, you might go for some more drinks somewhere, you might have some food, and, you know, you might go clubbing, whatever. It's more of that kind of companionship rather than just the, that's it. So, obviously, I need to lead by example, and I will share with you my first short time. No, it wasn't short, it was a long time, sorry. I came here to Pattaya back in 2008, 2007, 2008, and I stayed in the White Rose Hotel, which is just off Walking Street. And back then, the Pattaya Beer Garden was in full flow, as was the beer complex just before it, which is currently been knocked down, and it looks like they're rebuilding it and refurbishing it. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that will come back. Anyway, another sorry. So there I am, newbie to the city, no idea what I'm doing, no idea how it works, but I thought, do you know what? Let's do this. So I went into the complex and I went to a bar that we now know, or I now know, as Dim's bar. It was her bar, and it was the bars that were surrounding. Do you remember the Muay ring in the middle? Well, it was the far side. Anyway, so I'm in there, sat down, had a drink, started talking to the girls, thinking, okay, I'm surrounded by like 200 girls in this complex, and it's like, whoa, what is all this about? And the long and short of it was that I agreed to bar find on a long time a girl called Apon. Now, I've made mention to her before in a previous video, and if you didn't get that video, I'll share it with you anyway. So, it was a bit weird. The bar fine back then, I think, was 300 baht, and long time was 1,000 baht. So, you know, it was pennies. It was nothing. And I didn't really kind of like know how it was going to go, because this was my first time in the city, and I wasn't really sure about the process and the etiquette and how it all works. And luckily for me, she clearly wasn't a beginner, because she led me from beginning to end all the way through the whole process, which was great. And I needed that at that time. So we've gone off, we've had a few drinks, we went to some food, and then we went back to the hotel room and she stayed the night. And in the morning, it was very nice, thank you very much, and gave her the money, and she said, I'll see you later. And me, here's your rule number one, I said, yeah, I'll come back to your bar later and I will see you. And that, I didn't realise at the time the implications, because to me that was just being polite, you know, yeah, I'll come back and see you, don't worry, I'll be back. Well, I was with my friend Lee, and we went off for the day. I came back that afternoon and she was there in the reception area. I was like, whoa, what's going on? Like, what are you doing here? I haven't said you come back. And she said, oh, I would wait for you, I'll wait for you. And I'm like, well, okay, you know, this is a bit awkward. I don't really want to be in that kind of situation, because I've come here to, you know, explore and do my thing. So anyway, I said to her, look, you know, go back to your bar, and I'll come down and see you. So I did get rid of her as such, and I had another day out on my own with my mates and stuff, and 2 days later I went back, and she was with her, sorry, actually tell her she wasn't there, she'd gone off with another customer. Now to me, no dramas, yep, I can deal with that absolutely fine. So I then started talking to another girl that worked in the same bar called Katon, And Katon was lovely. She was a really nice girl, spoke brilliant English, which was perfect for me because I couldn't even say hello in Thai back then, let alone speak about it. So it was perfect. And anyway, long story short, I then went for a long time with her, and that was great. Went back to the bar the next day, and Apon was there. And oh my Lord, she was just so pissed with me, like really, really bad, because unbeknown to me, I'd done the butterfly experience, but she had lost face in the meantime because I didn't make it clear, because I was a newbie. I had no idea that it was what it was. It was a one night job done. And I'd said to her, hey, I'll come back and see you. And I'd made out the indications that I was going to come back. Stupid. Hello, stupid. So then it all kicked off, like really badly. Like she got drunk and she started abusing me and the mama-san, and then she threw a glass at me, and it just went completely downhill. But the nice thing about it was that after it all calmed down, the next day I thought, no, I'm not going to be intimidated by this. I was not in the wrong, even though I think I was probably, but I went back to the bar and I started talking to Katon. And anyway, long story short, and this is what I'm saying about be very careful when you come here, because it's very easy to fall into this trap. So when I came back and I sat down with Katon and we were drinking everything and we agreed the bar fine, hello, here we go, 9 days later, she's still with me. And if it wasn't for her honesty, I don't know where it would have gone, because she saved me a world of problems. And she said to me quite up front, she said, look, Trevor, I'm not interested in anything other than the time you want to spend with me. I've got 5 or 6 long-term guys that sponsor me, blah, blah, blah. And I'm actually going to marry the guy that's currently living in Germany. And I was just like, whoa, what a reality check. And she was really, really good, because she took me back to the bar with the mama-san. She opened the book and she showed me all her bar fines, long time, short time, amount of drinks. And I was just like, holy, like you are earning a fortune, and you know, you're out there with a lot of guys. You know, I'm not as special as I thought maybe I would be. So the point being is this: when you come here, be prepared. It's a very different world that you're going to walk into, particularly if you've not been in this environment before, and it does take a little bit of getting used to. Once you get used to it, fine. You know, you can be the butterfly, the player, whatever you want to call yourself, and that's fine, as long as you've got a hold on what's happening. But I want to ask you guys now, I want to throw it back to you. I've told you my story. I want to ask you guys, what was your very first bar fine experience like? Where was it? And can you remember her name? So I can remember mine. Can you remember the name of the very first girl that you ever had a bar fine situation with, and you lost your bar fine virginity, if we can call it that? All right, so please guys, drop your comments below. I really can't wait to to read what you're writing and to see the experiences that you've shared. You know, the beautiful thing about Pattaya City is it's all about experiences. It's all about learning curves. It's all about exploration and finding stuff that goes on and trying to understand it and deal with it. So my early on explanation was, hi, bar fine, oh, nice thing, I'll come back and see you again. Butterfly, it was just a nightmare, but I learned from it. But what about you guys? How did you find it? What was your experience like? Please drop your comments below, guys. Your comments keep this channel going. It's brilliant. Love it to bits. Really is what makes this channel tick. All right, that's it from me today on the Coffee Chat Show. Please remember, hit the subscribe button and also hit the bell icon if you'd like to be notified when I bring out a new video. And don't forget, join the Telegram group, okay? It's great. We've got lots of chat going on, lots of photos. And lastly, if you would like to help sponsor the channel, there is a link below, and everything that you send me really does go towards helping me cover the cost for this channel. All right, that's it for me. Guys, thanks very much for watching. Please remember, stay tuned and stay safe.